We're in a mobile home park here off Garfield. Interior is clear. Thanks for tuning in this morning. But yeah, they got it all out. Probably not. It's still smoking. It's all clear. I could see smoke was coming from the top. I believe we're just Garfield, west of Brookhurst. Sorry, I'm going to be moving around. I could see smoke coming from the top. That looks like it's all out now. Sorry, I'm a little cold. I'm shaking with the camera. About 9 units on scene. One would be the battalion chief and one paramedic, so I believe 7 fire engines. Again, we're in a mobile home park here in Huntington Beach off of Garfield, just west of Brookhurst. When I got here, it was smoking, but they got it all, like they had it all out. I believe the homeowners are right next to me. Yeah. And they have that, it looks like they have a little dog with them. What are you guys doing up at this time anyway? It's still 4 something in the morning. Yeah, I didn't come right away. We originally came across as residential. I'm a little blind there. There might be the homeowner, there might be someone in a wheelchair there. Yeah, again, when I got here, it was just smoking. They already had it all put out. All right, I'll just stick around for a couple more minutes. But we're in a mobile home park off of Garfield in Huntington Beach. Yeah, there was a lady in a wheelchair. Again, I believe there's like 9 units here, emergency units here, one being the battalion chief, one being a paramedic, and then like 7 fire engines. We'll just stick around for a minute or two. And several police cars. When I got here, it was smoking. They already had it put out. Count Dracula. I told this story before, but I had I do DoorDash, so I had a delivery to the other apartments off Ellis and Beach Boulevard. It's like 5-6 stories, and the name was Dracula. Was their person's name on the order was Dracula or something similar. And when I got there to their house, it was completely dark with all black curtains, and the guy looked like Dracula. Yeah, this was a mobile home fire, but the fire department made quick work of it when I got here. It was just smoking. They already had it all out. I believe the homeowners are right next to me. Good. The mobile home park off Garfield. We're right west of Brookhurst. I came to one here before, I believe, in this, but it was a real small fire. They probably just used a fire extinguisher on it, I believe, the one I went to. Yeah, I don't want to take pictures. I want to take some, not to the right of me, I want to take pictures, but I believe the homeowners are right there. Yeah, yeah. So when I got here, like there was firefighters coming out the door here, and there was smoke. It looked like it was coming from the top of the roof. We do have the battalion chief right here. Yeah, I can hear him working in there, but I can't see him. Yeah. Yeah, they're in the back over here. You can see their flashlights back there. Yeah, there's nothing to see. So thanks for tuning in this morning. Again, we're at a mobile home with a mobile home fire. Looked like they brought one hose out, made quick work of it. But again, I moved, but I believe the homeowner, they're putting a lady in a I don't know if there's a lady in a wheelchair. They're putting her in a car. All right, yeah. Again, on these fires, you can't procrastinate. I procrastinated because it came across as a residential fire. You just have to. So what you're waiting for is it to be a confirmed fire, and then they turn it into a structure fire. Once it turns to a structure fire, it's confirmed. Doesn't mean always like a fire, because I've been to seeing they'll call it structure fire. I still won't see it. I won't even see a hose out. But this one definitely had smoke coming up, and they do have one water hose out. Thing about Costa Mesa is I don't know how to listen to the emergency calls. I believe they don't have they're not on Pulse Point. That's how I find out about these calls. I do have another app. I'll have to look into that app if they have emergency calls. But yeah, I'm out in Costa Mesa all the time, but it just, if I've filmed anything in Costa Mesa, it's just by luck, because I'm doing my DoorDash deliveries, and I don't think I filmed anything in Costa Mesa. Yeah, I'll have to look in. I got another app, but I'm not using it because I'm going through tough times right now, so it costs money. I just tried it out as a trial fee last week. So I'll have to look in and see if they have Costa Mesa on there or not. So they brought a lady out on a wheelchair, the homeowner, I believe, of this place. They put her in her car, Hope she's okay. I don't. Maybe they're just taking her to someone else's house. Yeah, the only other way I can find out about stuff in Costa Mesa is the Citizen app. If someone posts on Citizen, yeah, there was several months ago, there was a fatality accident. They kept I don't know if it was on the freeway or maybe it was one of the side streets, but they had it closed down for several hours. Like there was a big, yeah, they're still putting water on this. I can hear them putting water on it. But we can't see nothing. It's too dark. They're in the back. But they're still putting water on it. Anyways, I was talking about there was a big, huge fire in Irvine yesterday. I should have went, but was that a I believe it was at like an industrial park. I may be wrong there, but I believe it was at an industrial park. And they called it a 3-alarm fire. Yeah, they had over 30 units on scene. But I didn't see the call till an hour later. I guess I could have, basically we would have been seeing what we're seeing now, not much. But there, maybe they still had the water going because they had units there for like 7 hours. Again, we're in a mobile home parking off Garfield in Huntington Beach. We're west of Brookhurst.
Excuse us, we'll be backing up.
Sorry, this looks like this fire department is going to be leaving. I believe a couple of the units are going to be leaving. Yeah, when I got here, it was just smoking. But they were still putting water on it. When I just walked over here, I could hear the hose. I could hear the water hitting the building. You guys see that whale out in Huntington Beach? There was a lot of people yesterday watching it. They had it. I believe they had like it was like a big square. You could. They had like. I'm sorry, I'm fumbling here. They had it taped off. It was like a big square everyone was hanging out on. I was just driving down PCH when I saw the big whale. I knew about it, but I just never went and filmed. I love Fountain Valley's truck. They got a nice, which I don't know if it's the red truck here. That's beautiful. Yeah, 2 of the fire engines are leaving. I don't know if he's backing up too. So that's the ladder truck. Yeah, I'm not even sure. I didn't even know they had electric ones.
Can I ask, what you're doing this for?
I film for like the local news networks media.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if they'll pick it up, but yeah, I just go to all the local calls in Huntington Beach and Orange County,
I got you.
surrounding cities.
Yeah. All right. Pretty wild.
You guys see anything, or
Yeah.
when it came across, I didn't come right away. You're waiting to see if it's a confirmed fire.
Yeah, it was.
It looked like the back unit here or something.
No, they had a shed over here.
Oh, shed.
Shed caught on fire, and it was blazing. It was.
Oh,
hard
no
to-
way.
It was about 20 feet up in the air.
Oh my
It was
God.
going pretty freaking good. In the bedroom right over here, all of a sudden it lit up the room. I'm like, what the hell's going on? It's 4 o'clock in the morning.
More, yeah.
These guys kind of, I think they're kind of tweakers or whatever.
Oh yeah.
They're working out.
Yeah, I saw him sitting over here, and then
They're working out something. I don't know what they're doing.
yeah, that's what.
I work for the CFA. In fact, I got to go in this morning, like 6:30. So.
You work off the one board, or?
No, I work off the one off of Garfield and Huntington Street.
Oh yeah, I know where that's at now. Yeah.
So, a couple of our reservoirs over there by the fire stations or the water wells. So I get to check on all the pumps and everything.
Yeah.
It'll be a half day, so it won't be bad, but getting up to 4 o'clock.
Oh yeah.
It's like, yeah, I might get back to bed now. No.
I was gonna go. Should I go back to bed? I do DoorDash delivery when I'm not doing this.
Oh, okay.
I like to start at 6 in the morning, but I wish I had slept for another hour.
Yeah, you ain't gonna get that. So
Yeah.
there was a gal, like bedridden gal.
Yeah, I saw her right there. They put her in the back of the Prius over here.
I don't know where they're taking her.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I almost thought I've been here before for another fire, but it wasn't really anything. It was like right over here. I think all they did is brought out a fire extinguisher.
I've only been here about, I'm a new, kind of new climber, maybe about 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
You know, I think we got this in like 2020, maybe right before the pandemic hit. You know, I mean, that's how you kind of judge things.
Oh, I know that. I know.
Pre-pandemic or after. I love our little unit here.
I was looking at it like it is. Like for me, coming down to cost. Yeah.
I paid $150 for this.
Yeah.
I put $50,000 into it for like a new kitchen, new bathroom, repainted everything. And I was a carpenter before. I was a city carpenter for 8 years when they reorganized, got rid of the carpenters and the building maintenance. So the wire guys were like, dude, come to work for us. We make, that way you can fix all our stuff or whatever. And they're just like, so I got in with the water department, which is good because water makes money for the city.
Yeah.
So you're a carpenter or something like, you're spending money. You're not a hero like these guys. These guys are like, they get everything.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Did you know a guy named Lou? He would be retired.
Yeah.
Retired or dead by now.
Lou, yeah, carpenter, yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was carpentry.
Yeah.
He used to live off Delaware back in the day,
yeah.
and
Yeah, I
my
worked for
neighbor.
Lou. Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, I liked him.
He was cool. I think he moved into his mom's place when she passed away or something like that.
Yeah.
And he had a couple kids.
Yeah, the kids lived with him.
I don't know where they're at now.
Yeah. That was back in, I think, early 2000.
Yeah.
I went to a shed fire last week, was off of Brookhurst here, and they said it was their second time going there in like 2 days. was a lot of smoke. It was taking forever to put out. He goes out
Who
there.
knows what's in there?
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, the shed was in the backyard, and there's all type of trees there, and I go just tear that shed out.
Yeah, these are close to each other too, so I was afraid that the other ones were
Oh
gonna
yeah.
start catching on fire. And,
I want to say the mobile homes off Brookhurst, and when you enter in Newport, it's on the left-hand side. They've been there forever.
Yeah.
They had a good one there like a year ago.
oh,
I always procrastinated, so I didn't go.
yeah, you got a bunch of this is a suited place here, which you know what, you're right. These places are actually pretty reasonable for if you do have a space rental though, you have to place.
That's when I was looking at it, I go, oh man, you got to pay this. We got 2 fees you're paying.
Well, ours is paid. I got mine for wood cheap. Like I said, I couldn't, being a carpenter before
Yeah.
I was able to do, most of the work myself.
Yeah.
And space rental, they raise it up about, here they're pretty good. They raise it maybe $30 a year.
Yeah, not bad.
That's not too bad. That keeps the riffraff, maybe if it's a little higher, it keeps some of the, some of the people out of there that don't need to be here. Well, I better go and have
Yeah, I'm gonna leave in a minute here.
You have a good.
You have a good day. All right, we're live in Huntington Beach. We're at actually with a shed behind the mobile home here that was on fire. My neighbor I was just talking to say it was like fully in flames going everywhere. Lucky that it didn't catch any of these buildings on fire. Sorry guys, I don't like to be rude to people when they start talking to me. But anyways, I appreciate you guys tuning in this morning. Yeah, I think once I need to get a scanner, I'll start going to calls. There was a call I wanted to go to last night. I guess I could have just drove. I just wanted to check it out. I believe there was maybe a fatality accident on the 710 freeway. That's just a guess, because they had fire units there for over 3 hours. But sometimes the app's not always correct. They won't clear all the vehicles, but they had like 3-4 vehicles there for a while, and then they would clear one, and half hour later clear another one. But I was thinking maybe there was a fatality accident on the 710 freeway by, I believe, Anaheim Boulevard. I follow some of the streamers in LA, they stream. They're not. I don't know if you would call them streamers, but they're the one that send all of the stringers. They send all this stuff into the news. I was going to ask one guy, but then he was on a call. I believe a shooting call. Yeah, I definitely want to start expanding, but times are tough. Yeah, I want to pick up a scanner. You really need a scanner, so you don't want to waste your time going to a call. Because I was definitely going to start doing Long Beach area, but you don't want to drive all the way out there. It ends up being nothing. Because you just I'm just following Pulse Point. Like I said, this started out as a residential fire, and then they called it, once they confirm a fire, they call it structure fire. But sometimes you get here, it's just, they didn't even put water on anything, or they just brought out a little fire extinguisher. I didn't live too far from here, only a couple miles, so I decided to come to this one. Again, this was a shed fire, so it's not a house fire. We're in a mobile home park off Garfield, west of Brookhurst. But yeah, the neighbor said it was fully engulfed. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm gonna call it a morning. Yeah, if you guys haven't followed me before, I'm just an amateur on my cell phone. People are always curious what's going on, and especially in their city, especially Huntington Beach. So I go out and film. Yeah, so yeah, I hate when people, I don't hate it, but when people approach you, they want to know who you are and stuff. I mean, it's their right, but people don't like you filming. So I always just say I'm doing it for the media. I have turned stuff into the media before. Only sold a few videos. But I always just say I'm working with the media is the best way to do it. I don't want to say I'm just a YouTube streamer. Alright guys, you guys have a good morning. I'm going to go out and do my DoorDash deliveries in the next half hour after I get ready. And if I come across any scenes, then I'll go live. Thanks for watching.